In today's video, we're going to be diving into the upcoming pattern. We do have plenty of major storms, including 3 days in a row of enhanced risk or more. So again, back to back to back widespread severe weather days, including today, tomorrow, and the day following. Let's go ahead and dive into things. We will, of course, be talking about the overall pattern, some other storms, and also the temperature pattern as we move forward. So let's just go ahead and take a look at later on this evening. And we do see that by this evening, there will be more thunderstorms across some of the southeast, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, up through Virginia, and even to Delmarva here. We do have a strong 994 low pressure system here near the borders of Minnesota and Canada, with a long stretching cold front here featuring severe weather and thunderstorms all along that area. As always, the Storm Prediction Center Outlook will be featured at the end of this video, so stay tuned for that. We do have a nice intrusion of cold air here to the south, so some snowfall happening here across the south central areas of Canada. Let's keep moving forward towards Saturday afternoon tomorrow from the time I'm making this video. And what we see is, again, this low 997 up there in Canada, but now we're seeing some minimal impacts to the south of that one. The main story is actually out here out west. We have a 999 there near the Montana-Canada border, 1005 right there over Nevada, and a 993 over southeastern Colorado. Lots and lots of lighter snowfall and rainfall showers happening across this northwest and Rocky Mountain range. For the eastern states like Pennsylvania here, New York, Ohio, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, even down through Florida, we are seeing lots of thunderstorms and showers happening also tomorrow for these areas. Let's move towards Sunday here on May 26th. So this is your kind of Memorial Day weekend. We talked about it yesterday. I want to just kind of dive further into it today. We see a 990 over Illinois and Wisconsin here, so over the upper Midwest. This is the overall causing some thunderstorms to occur from the northern plains, upper Midwest, down through some of the Ohio Valley and Great Lakes. So certainly a lot of areas seeing impacts from this major system. There is some chances for some isolated thunderstorm activity all the way from Florida, all the way up to Maine, so keep that in mind. As we take a look here at Monday afternoon on the 27th here, we see thunderstorms prevailing up and down the eastern regions of the United States. So for a lot of the Gulf states as well, Texas, Louisiana, up through Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Tennessee, into kind of the mid-Atlantic and Ohio Valley areas, and even the Northeast here. And again, this is all due in part to this low pressure system here that is taking place. So we see kind of a warm front here to the east of everything, and then this colder air trying to intrude from the south. This should come with some severe weather probabilities. Probably in this area would be the most likely area, so we'll see what happens with that. For Tuesday, and that is your Memorial Day, by the way, so quite nasty for the east. Tuesday, May 28th, we see that there is scattered about thunderstorms here in the east, and really quieter overall. I think the biggest thing here is the jet stream. Look at that. We see a major ridge here over the west, and a pretty substantial near summertime trough here in the east. So expect cooler than normal conditions for the east to start next week, Monday, Tuesday, perhaps even Wednesday here. We're seeing an even deeper trough, especially for these pockets here. We even see some thunderstorms for the south central states and maybe for the Ohio Valley as well and mid-Atlantic. Let's keep going towards Thursday, and this activity kind of spreads eastward, maybe even taking on a little bit of a nor'easter type component, it looks like to me. And then we're seeing the plains really erupt with thunderstorm activity all the way from Texas northward into Canada. So definitely a whole lot of just activity there. Friday on the 31st, again, we're seeing this kind of eruption of warm and humid air being kind of infused by the Gulf too, and that is really leading towards these thunderstorms to fire up throughout these central areas of the plains. By Saturday on the 1st, it's the same thing. Don't want to spend too much time talking about it, but on Sunday the 2nd of June here, 994, very strong low over south central Canada. Cold front stretching underneath could have a really good shot at another severe weather event here across the kind of Midwest and south central states, and a very northern based warm front that should feature a lot of warm air in the east once again as we're approaching kind of the midpoint of that first week of June. Or I should say that's kind of the beginning of the first or second week of June. I guess it's a Sunday, so it's the beginning of a week, but you get the point. A couple days into June. Now, let's go ahead and dive into this kind of European AI model. So we're going to go to hours 240 and work our way beyond it. We kind of see ourselves at a similar point here. And by Tuesday, we see this continuation of these just central thunderstorms. No real low to work with. It's just a bunch of scattered and isolated thunderstorms because of the jet stream pattern. By Wednesday, this kind of tilts to the east. So we're seeing a lot of this still for the south central states, but now also the Ohio Valley and interior eastern states, especially in the north. Thursday, it's again the East Coast being featured. And as we approach towards kind of after that first 7 days of June, we're looking at the 8th now. We see that there is still some isolated and scattered thunderstorms, especially in the south central, Great Lakes, and in the northeast here. And then the northwest continues to see kind of a barrage of rainfall working its way through, which has been the theme here for a little while. Total precipitation, near normal for the northwest, same as yesterday's video. Same for the southwest, very normal, very, very dry. Above normal, I would say, for a majority of this kind of triangle area I've drawn. So for the south central states, up into the northern plains and upper Midwest, across the Great Lakes, Ohio Valley, and then into the mid-Atlantic and northeast, I expect above average activity over the next 10 days. And then the southeast is going to be near normal to maybe even slightly below normal, depending on where you're at. Total snowfall, we still see quite a bit, although it has receded a little bit here. A few inches for the Cascades. Up to a foot, I would say, is now what we're seeing here in the Rockies. So we're moving more towards normal territory here as far as how much snowfall. Maybe still a little bit above normal, but we have seen this really, really die down. And we should see this coming to an end at some point during June, so very, very shortly. For the temperature pattern, as we kind of work our way through, we see that we do expect a warmer start here to the weekend, Friday on the 24th. We're seeing warmer temperatures here in the central and the eastern states, with a cooler air mass overall over the west. As we work our way towards Saturday, we see, again, warmer temperatures across the south central and into the eastern states. A little bit of cooler air working its way now into the northern plains, and that's eventually going to work its way all the way eastward, believe it or not. And colder temperatures out west overall. For Sunday here on the 26th, we see warmer temperatures in the east. Same thing. So for, well, you know what? I would say that we have cooler temperatures in there in certain spots. Warmer for the south central states still, and for the southeast coast. So this area here. But remember, there is a cold front kind of working its way through at this particular date with lots of thunderstorms along it. So really, it depends on where the timing of that is. If it is past you, likely you're seeing cooler temperatures. If you're still expecting it to hit and it has not hit yet, then likely you are experiencing warmer temperatures. So that is going to depend on where this front is. And honestly, oftentimes these are off on model guidance by multiple hours. So we're going to have to really watch it closely. Could vary a lot there. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we see cooler temperatures honestly prevail for that entire week in the east. And we don't see any sort of sign of warming until we see kind of Sunday the 2nd, Monday the 3rd, and beyond, where we kind of get some warmer air into the east and central states, but it's mostly for the north here where we're seeing the warmer temperatures, and there's a lot of colder temperatures to the south here, and then the west is kind of split the same way, but it's the opposite, so colder to the north, warmer to the west here. Very, very interesting stuff. Now for the Storm Prediction Center outlook here, let's look over day one. Again, enhanced risk for all 3 days. If you are in the lighter green areas, you have a general thunderstorm risk area. That is where we expect general thunderstorms, but anything is possible, so be sure to heed every watch, warning, and advisory, of course. The darker greens is going to be your level 1 marginal risk area, where we expect isolated severe weather to occur. Your yellow area is your level 2 slight risk, where we expect scattered about severe weather reports. And then your 2 orange areas for Texas, Oklahoma, Illinois, and Iowa. That is going to be where we have a level 3 enhanced risk, and we expect widespread severe weather to be possible. For day 2, same story. You know, we have the lighter greens here, the 3 darker greens, level 1. We have a level 2 slight risk, and then a level 3 enhanced risk once more. And then for day 3, same thing. General thunderstorm, marginal, slight, and enhanced here are present, so definitely looking at some pretty intense severe weather. Let's go over those tornado probabilities as well. So we see that we have a 2% within 25 miles of a given location there within the greens, and then a 5% chance there within 25 miles of a given location there within the browns for today on Friday, May 24th. For day 2, We see that we have a little bit more of an elevated chance. Again, 2% in the green, 5% in the brown, but now we have a 10% chance within 25 miles of a given location there within the yellow for tomorrow on Saturday, May 25th. And we also have a hatched area there for Kansas and Oklahoma. And that is going to be where we have a 10% chance within 25 miles of a given location of seeing EF2 plus tornadoes. So definitely seeing some pretty significant tornadoes looking possible. So we're going to be really watching that closely, as that is obviously pretty major tornadoes being indicated to be possible here according to the Storm Prediction Center. I encourage you to keep up to date with all of these outlooks from the Storm Prediction Center, anything that the National Weather Service is saying as well in general. Definitely be heeding all watches, warnings, and advisories from them. Anyway, guys, we upload every single day, so be sure to subscribe. You can even hit the bell icon for daily notifications when we upload so you never miss one. Be sure to like the video if you did enjoy it, leave a comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.